Hello Capricorn, hello and welcome into your general tarot card reading for the second half of October. So Capricorn, I'm going to use a couple of different tarot decks. I don't use reversals, so without further ado, I usually read intuitively. Let's begin. So this first card is going to be representing the overall theme for those 2 weeks for you Capricorn. So what do we have? We have 8 of Cups. This card is going to be kind of representing you. And what do we have? Knight of Cups. What might be crossing you? 5 of Wands. So those 3 going to serve like additional narrative to those 3. So what we're going to pull here? The first, Queen of Cups. The second, the Fool. The third is Knight of Cups. You're going to have a lot of cups here. Capricorn. Over here, this one going to be represent what to focus on during these 2 weeks. Ace of Cups, love it. What's the release on? What's the release? Queen of Swords. What will be the best way forward for you during this time? What actions that will be the most conducive to you? 7 of Pentacles. I also am going to use those runes and they're going to serve as additional commentary over here. And I'm going to leave it until the very end. And I also have one of those oracle cards. And let's see what kind of spiritual message is out there for you, Capricorn. Let's see. Intuitive nudges. So that's interesting. Let's find out what it's all about. Intuition is the language of the soul. We are all born aware of profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, the universe, and to our divine spirit. I think that's an amazing message, Capricorn. So without further ado, let's begin. So what do we have here? In terms of the overall theme for those 2 weeks of October, we have 8 of Cups. And 8 of Cups is indicating reaching some kind of point where you choose to remove yourself from a situation, or you're going to leave certain people, situations. You're going to kind of, because this is indication of removal. Because as you can see, this person is kind of moving away and he's kind of stepping away from the direction of being one of those 8 of Cups. So this person has been a part of something that's heavily invested emotionally in terms of time and commitment, and is walking away uphill. So the indication here, it's some kind of vintage point. There's a lot of water in the background indicating a lot of emotions and emotions. They are kind of they were not helping, or they were not helpful. This person has a stake and is kind of moving into unknown, and there is a crescent and a full moon representing our consciousness, our emotions and our desires. This person has read choose, so there was an emotional decision, and you might be Capricorn the overall theme here is to removing yourself from some kind of situation, moving away and try to find the clarity and understand the situation. You might not necessarily know where you're going and what you're going to do, but you made that choice to kind of get yourself out of certain situation or certain people because the time has came and you feel like that is the best way forward. So you're being represented by the Knight of Cups over here. A Knight of Cups is representing or is talking about your ability to wanting to, I don't know how to kind of explain this, but I'm going to try to explain the best as I can. Show your appreciation, show your gratitude. You will be able, not necessarily it's maybe the whole situation going to make you feel a little bit vulnerable and it's not the situation that you would like to find yourself in, yet you feel like there's something you would like to pass on. There may be some kind of information, message, some kind of emotion that you would like to express, and this is all about you doing certain things or passing on information on your own terms, and at the same time drawing the boundaries around what you are willing to do or how far you want to go with it. And then what is crossing you, there are 5 of wands over here. So there's a lot of people with different priorities, with different attitudes, people who are trying to push and shove, people who are maybe wanting some of your attention equally. If that is to do with work environment, there might be a lot of competition. People try to trial you, they're going to try to push your boundaries, they're going to try to see how much they're able to push you. Equally, if that is to do with an organization or business, there might be lack of common goal or direction. So what is crossing you? It's kind of I would say things that are happening, kind of chaotic environment or environment in which you're surrounded by many people placing different kind of demands and maybe even a conflicting messages or conflicting type of information. And what this is require of you is to believe in yourself and stand for yourself stronger than ever before. So what is the additional narrative to it all? You have the Queen of Cups, you have the Fool over here, which is not very cooperative, and you have a Knight of Cups again. So you might be having in those 2 weeks waves of different kind of emotions. That might be to do with people and the way how people there are all around you, but I think you might be sometime either oblivious or choose to not notice certain things, or certain things that are developing around you. So you might don't want to get yourself engaged in a certain situation. You might choose to not take any notice, even though you would like to help and you would like to be able to contribute or resolve certain things. You know your own limits, and because you're going to know your own limits, you're going to choose to not take notice and ignore. So maybe indeed this walk away, it's representing the withdrawal from emotionally draining or difficult situations, or people who are difficult or emotionally draining. And drawing your own boundaries and offering the help, but when the help is either not accepted or people cannot not see you are trying to help, you're going to kind of not pay you're going to try to not pay too much attention to it, and kind of walk away from a situation and have that approach. What's going to be, it's going to be. If that meant to be, that meant to be. That seems to be the approach. So in terms of what you should be focusing on, it's on your own emotions, on what you have to offer, and kind of distinguish your own emotions from emotions of other people. So it's almost try to differentiate what are my emotions, what I feel about it, and what other people think, what other people feel about certain situations. So it almost feels like you would have to detach yourself from the drama, from the emotional hype, and understand what is it that you want yourself and what others would like to achieve from you. That's for one. In terms of what's released is Queen of Swords. So there might be indeed a one proper way of doing things, but it's your way of doing things, and it's almost what is coming through Capricorn is to allow people to do whatever they want to do. It's like, yes, you have your take, you have your understanding, you would think that would be the best way forward, yet it doesn't look like it's going to be appreciated anyhow. So it's like, what the heck, allow them to do, just run with the show. If they want to do whatever they want to do, there's nothing to do with you. And presumably that's why the Fool is coming as a potential. It's like, whatever kind of approach, don't try to control, don't try to steer. You might have a very clear understanding, you might know how to do it, you might even have done it before, and you know it in and out, but it doesn't look like anyone going to listen, so just leave it. And in terms of the best way forward is 7 of Pentacles. Leave things to be. Allow a situation to develop. Whatever you have invested in, now it's time for you to sit and wait and see the fruits of your labor. I think there's certain things they need a little bit of tying up. So maybe there's 1 or 2 things that they're going to need your attention, and maybe things that would have to be kind of also pulled together. So maybe there's some kind of loose ends there for you to manage, but overall just leave it to be. It almost feels like detach yourself, whatever it is, allow situation to develop. There's the overall message for you, Capricorn. That's what is coming through. So additional commentary. There's a fahu, it's a cattle. So basically what is coming through, there's some kind of very good financial news coming your way. There may be some kind of additional work coming your way. Satisfaction, but equally you might be feeling like you're on fire, you want to do things, so you might feel a little bit restless, and you would like to start doing things, you would like to start running, you would like to kind of start something, because you're going to have this kind of renewed feel of excitement, so something going to excite you, something that you would like to start doing it. So that I think it's an amazing message over here for you, Capricorn, and I love it. So Capricorn, as usual, it was a pleasure to reading for you. Thank you for tuning. If you found that reading helpful, please let me know by commenting, liking and subscribing. Have a smashing rest of October, and you take care. Bye.